Hello. I just wanted to get on here because I feel like I didn't make a proper introduction to what I'm about to talk about. But I just wanted to share 5 things I learned during my 30-day challenge. But I hope this video is interesting to listen to, and I hope you enjoy the video. I want to mention that there are going to be prints available for purchase, one print for each day, so there will be 30 prints total, and there's going to be one special print that I actually haven't posted yet, so if you're interested, the link to buy them will be in the description. So it has been a couple weeks since I've finished my 30-day sketchbook challenge. I think maybe like 2.5 weeks, maybe not even. Wait, let me see. 14th. This is 26. 12. It's been less than 2 weeks. Oh my god, 12 days. First, I do want to go over how I even went about doing this challenge. Basically, before I even started posting at all, I pre-made like a week's worth of sketchbook videos. I had a week's worth, but then like maybe 10 videos edited, and like some backup ones that I had in case I missed a day. All the backup videos I had were all drawings I didn't really love, so I really did not want to resort to the backup ones. The drawings that I was actually uploading eventually became like the real-time sketches I was drawing every day and then uploading and editing all in the same day because I was just in a time crunch. Probably neglected a lot of school for this challenge, if I'm being honest, but honestly I did really care about this challenge a lot. So the first thing I want to talk about that I've learned, I realized when it came down to what I was going to draw for the day or whatever, I realized that whenever I overthink or like really am on Pinterest just like scrolling and scrolling for what I want to draw versus when I would sketch something spontaneously without looking at references and just like drew from imagination, there was such a big difference between me overthinking and like trying to plan what I was going to draw versus me just like drawing from imagination and just drawing without thinking at all, really. I realized that the ones that were more spontaneous and not bounded by me overthinking and overplanning what I'm about to draw, I realized the spontaneous ones were the ones that were actually a lot more visually interesting and visually better than the ones of me overthinking what I was gonna do. And I think this is because overthinking and then like planning too much can kill your flow, and which will kind of affect the result and outcome of your drawing. I think I did work better when I didn't question myself too much. I was able to draw a lot more because I wasn't like limiting myself to all these like thoughts and these thoughts that kept stopping myself from just like drawing. The second thing that I want to talk about that I have learned, I realized how far my imagination could go. I was able to see how much I had in me when it comes to drawing. I realized how much I could do without relying on references. I freed myself from any sort of expectations or any external like validation or critique or anything at all. Like, I just don't think about any of that stuff when I'm sketching in my sketchbook. And like, this has been like a new approach that I've been trying and that I've been applying. I am able to draw so much better. I can create so much interesting work with this like mindset and this approach. I feel like I've unlocked something in my mind after approaching drawing this way, where I just absolutely don't think about anything. It has made my love for drawing so much stronger, and it's so crazy. I just have this newfound love for drawing, and it helped me see the range that I had within me, but also like the more I kept doing this, the more I could see like also the limitations. But speaking of drawing from imagination, and that drawing from imagination too much can lead to repetitive looking drawings. This is because like when I draw from imagination, I usually just keep resorting back to like the safe things that I know how to draw. So I would just keep on drawing those same things. And me drawing from imagination, yes, I could see the range, but also I think if that is the only thing I do, I'm kind of like limiting myself in that way. What I did to prevent myself from like repetitive drawings and repetitive sketches, I tried to make it a point to be experimental. I tried to incorporate new elements that I never really draw into elements that I've already like liked to draw. There's always going to be like trial and error, like some things will work, some things won't work. Like I said earlier, there are a lot of backups and stuff. Some of the backups were drawings of me being experimental, but it not really landing the way I wanted it to. They didn't really meet my standard. Learning how to draw from imagination and like having the courage to just draw without looking back, that gave me the courage to be experimental. So like to summarize this, you have to be experimental in order to evolve, is basically one of the things I've discovered. And the fifth thing I want to talk about is external validation and like just like performance of posts I was making. It's kind of inevitable that like not all the videos will perform like amazing, you know. I already know the past me would have been really discouraged by that and try to replicate like the one that did really well. I've learned that that is really, really toxic and really dangerous. Being attached to one drawing can put you in like such a bad place. It can put you in a box. Getting attached to something based on external validation or feedback is also dangerous. If it's something you're attached to that you are initially really proud of, then I think that's okay. But it can turn into you just like creating purely out of like for the validation of it rather than like your own will and like passion for it. I make it a point to just take it for what it is. Like if one video does really well, I just take that for what it is. You need to keep going, keep growing, keep thinking of new ways to push yourself. Whether it does well or not, like that does not matter, because at the end of the day, everything you do is just like a result of you, and you are the one that is in control of what you do. To put it simply, you are in control of the drawing is not in control of you. So that's what I remind myself when I'm like, oh, this video did really well, and then I get like sad if another video doesn't do well. Like I kind of just like let it go. I've learned to let it go. If you don't let go, you're just like stopping yourself from growing as fast as you could probably grow. So yeah, those are the things that I've learned. I personally feel like me posting all my sketches on social media kept me more accountable of actually drawing every day and completing this challenge. Thank you to anyone who watched my challenge or like left a comment or liked or just like any interaction that I had as a result of this challenge has really made the challenge worthwhile, and just has made the challenge so much more enjoyable. And I also want to mention that I will be making a limited amount of prints that people can purchase. There will be 30 prints available and only one print of each day. And there is one day I'm thinking of that I'm gonna change the print of, so there's gonna be one print that is different. Unless there's like a really high demand for like a certain day, most of these prints are just gonna be like one-off things. But yeah, so those will be in the description, and that's all I have to say.